Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Office to plot again. I stopped in here yesterday after work. I got here kind of late. I did go ahead and plant the marigolds down in there. And so I went ahead and planted the marigolds in there. And I wanted to do the worm castings and get those sifted out. But I had left the little Dollar Tree trash can in the car, and I didn't want to do it with the sifter, and I didn't have a bin to put the sifted worm castings into. So I was like, screw it, we're just gonna do it tomorrow. There it is, there's a bin. Actually, when I did have the bin, I just had basket back in the car, and so I didn't want to go ahead and go through all that. Alright, so just like we did with the regular compost bin at home, we're literally just gonna fill this up. I think most of the stuff in here is pretty much done, or a good chunk of it, a good amount of it as far as the food itself. The bigger pieces I think are gonna be just compost, or like wood chips or mulch and sticks, and like the, not actual stuff that's broken down. That does not look horrible. I think we have another sifter that has smaller holes, but at least this way I can get rid of the really big chunks. No, dang it. I don't know. I just knocked a lot of those back in there. So essentially, I'm gonna grab them from in there, put them in here, sift them out, and then grab these and dump it in here. Once I've gone through the whole thing, then over here I'm gonna have smaller castings. I'm gonna have smaller pieces rather, and so then I know I have another sifter that has smaller holes, and I can just do it once that way. But I want to go and see how well this stuff actually strains it out in case you don't have a sifter. Let me set you guys up and we'll go from there. Alright, so I did just a little bit. I haven't done the whole thing, but just enough to show you guys. This is actually pretty good. It's not bad. You can use this stuff. You would definitely want to take out the bigger chunks out of there. But overall, it's not bad. I am just going to go ahead and finish this up with the bigger sifter. That way I'm not here all night. Alright, so I'm going to move the cart over there. I got this guy, the actual bin, and the big ass sifter. So I'm going to move the trash can for one. I'm going to pour this out onto this one. And so just to show you, just by literally pouring that in, the smaller stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this. Put the bin in here. And I could pick it up and shake this, but I may just do it this way. And I could shake it. The problem is a lot of it might end up down here. That's what I just do with my hand. We can already see that a good chunk of this stuff is not going to go through. Actually, I did get a lot of it in there. I'm kind of surprised. So now I'm going to do the same thing with all of this. And some of the stuff is still warm from being in that bin. And so then essentially what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to do this, all the extra pieces, I'm going to probably put them in that bin over there, in that cart. That way I can then take whatever's left in that cart, dump it back in here. This was afterthought Luis, because you know, hindsight is 2020, or hindsight Luis. So I'm hoping to add this into the video where I sifted the worm castings. I don't know why I'm getting that weird reflex. It's weird. Anyway, this thing does work. The holes are bigger. If you can get a sifter, the 1/4 inch, I think that'll be better. Anyway, I think we turn it this way, less of a glare. So the trash can is going to be probably one of the easiest things and most common things for people to be able to get. And so I think that would be a good thing. That would be, you know, like the good, better, best. This would be like the good or better. I mean, there's really only 2 levels. The better or the best. So the better, so the middle one would be that trash can. And so that one would be able to knock out some of the stuff. I think good would be one of those 10 by 20, or one of these things, actually. Perfect. Would be one of these things, a flat. There are flats that have smaller holes, so that would be good. This one would be better because the holes are smaller and it's in the smaller thing, although you can use those other ones, those flats. Those have actually worked pretty well for me. Some of those flats have smaller holes, a lot smaller than that, like a 1/4 of that, and so those would be good. So the flats are good. Better is that $2 or $1.50 or whatever the hell Dollar Tree is charging now for that trash can. And then the best would be the 1/4 inch mesh hardware cloth with a wooden frame. Not only that, because it's a bigger thing, it's a lot easier to do to do them faster, until you do end up with a lot finer material in there. So that's the clip that I want to go ahead and hopefully insert into the first video I shot. All right, that's it. All right, so we're pretty much done. I ended up tossing the stuff back in here that had kind of fallen on the sides. So some of the stuff is pretty fine, but I'm just going to get in there, because I think I've got a decent amount. So these are straight up worm castings. And so with those is what you feed your plants. And so we still have a very good amount of stuff that is going to go back in there. But I think with this stuff, I'm going to feed around the border. I don't know that I want to mess with the middle thing just yet. Just because, I mean, I guess I could just like pour it around, and I might try that. But I would rather do it literally right at the base. And I've shown you guys videos of that. I might actually shoot another video right after this just to show you how I feed. But essentially, I'm just going to top dress. Work it in a little, and that's really it. I do want to top dress this stuff. I do want to bring over a bag of the raw mulch. That stuff does have nutrients, and that stuff does help feed. But I would want also some worm castings. So it's a decent amount that you can get out of here. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a minute. The stuff does break down pretty quickly. We do get a lot of worms coming in from the beds on this one and on the one over there, because it's the exact same thing. It's a mirror thing. It's almost like my ADD, or OCD rather, wanted to make sure that the plot was what's the word? The same on both sides. And you guys are probably screaming at your phone or at your TV right now. It's symmetrical. That's what it is, symmetrical. Yes, okay, I got it out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, dump it in here. And then what I'm going to do, like I did with the radish tops from some of the last of the radishes that I harvested out of that middle bed, I literally just open up a crater, drop the stuff in, cover it back up. And this stuff is literally full of worms, roly-polies. I did find a handful maybe of cockroaches, like 4 or 5. They're decent size. So I did toss those out. I don't have like an infestation of them, but you do get them from time to time. My Subpod Mini at home, I don't have that issue. I'm not sure why here. Maybe because this is more like, this whole space was literally just a vacant lot. And so I think that's kind of where they came from. At home, well, we don't have any. And so I think that's why. But I'm going to quit yakking. I'm going to grab that and dump it in here. And then this stuff, I'm going to top it off, but I'm going to leave that for another video. Alright guys, so for now, bell notification, thumbs up, questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism, leave them in the comments below. Peace.